The golden retriever kept putting herself between the toddler and the sunlight. Every afternoon, without fail. The pediatrician said she had never heard that word from a parent's mouth the way Joanna said it. The word was photosensitive. Joanna Brandt did not know that word in a clinical context when she first noticed what Honey was doing. She knew it in the ordinary way. Some people sunburn more easily. Some people get headaches from bright light. She did not know that photosensitivity was a documented early indicator of a specific pediatric neurological condition that her 2-year-old daughter, Clara, had not yet been diagnosed with. Honey was a 5-year-old golden retriever, warm amber coat, the reliable, good-natured temperament that had made her Joanna's shadow for 5 years. She was not a complex dog. She was consistent, warm, and utterly without agenda. The behavior started in April, when the days got longer and the afternoon sun came through the living room windows at a specific angle. Every afternoon between 3 and 5, when the low spring sun created bright slanted light across the living room floor, Honey began positioning herself between Clara and the window. Not in a blocking way, not a doorway stand, she would simply move. Clara would walk toward the bright patch of floor. Honey would stand between her and the light source, her own large body creating a shadow that fell across Clara's face. Joanna noticed it as sweet. A dog making shade for a toddler. She told her mother on the phone. Her mother said, "That's adorable." Then she noticed that Clara, on the days Honey succeeded in blocking the light, was calmer in the late afternoon. On the days when Honey was outside or otherwise occupied and Clara walked into the bright afternoon sunlight, Clara was harder, more irritable, harder to settle, difficult at dinner. She began watching more carefully. Clara did not say her eyes hurt. She did not cover her face. She was 2. She had no vocabulary for what the afternoon light was doing to her. But Honey had been watching her for a year, and Honey had noticed something that Joanna had attributed to toddler temperament. She called the pediatrician. Subscribe now, because what Dr. Amara Nkosi said when Joanna described Honey's afternoon positioning and the referral she made that afternoon produced a diagnosis that changed the entire course of Clara's care. Dr. Nkosi said, "Describe what you've observed in Clara on the highlight days versus the blocked light days." Joanna described the irritability, the settling difficulty, the dinner pattern. Dr. Nkosi referred them to pediatric neurology. Clara was diagnosed with a form of photosensitive migraine disorder, a neurological condition in which exposure to bright directional light triggers a cascade that presents in toddlers as irritability, dysregulation, and heightened sensory sensitivity rather than the adult headache presentation. It is chronically underdiagnosed in children under 3 because the behavioral signs are indistinguishable from ordinary toddler temperament. Dr. Priya Adeyemi, pediatric neurology, told Joanna, "The afternoon sun through a west-facing window at that angle is a classic photosensitive migraine trigger. Your dog was reducing the triggering stimulus in the only way available to her, with her own body. The consistency you observed, same time, same positioning, for weeks, suggests she had been tracking the relationship between the light and Clara's behavior and had developed a response." She said, "What made you call? What made you stop thinking it was just a temperament thing?" Joanna said, "The dog." Has a pet ever consistently modified your child's environment in a small way that turned out to address something medical? Tell us in the comments. Every guardian deserves to be recognized, even the ones who never asked for anything in return. If stories like this matter to you, subscribe so you never miss the next one. Clara wears tinted lenses on difficult light days now. The living room has sheer curtains on the west window that diffuse the afternoon light. Her late afternoon behavior changed within a week of the first intervention. Honey still walks between Clara and the window sometimes, on the bright days, when the curtains aren't fully drawn. Old habit or continued monitoring. Joanna isn't certain which. She has stopped needing to know. She trusts what Honey reads. It has not been wrong yet. Next, a husky, 20 minutes and a timeline that the emergency physician said he still uses in his training lectures.